Did you know there's a new way to declare private property? A state law went into effect over the summer that would allow property owners to use purple paint instead of no trespassing signs to warn others that they are approaching private property.
Today marks the first day of hunting season, and 15 Finds Out investigator Angelica Robinson has learned that many people still aren't aware of the purple paint law. She joins us now in Studio 15 with more about it. Angelica?
Dirk and Tara, ideally the no trespassing signs will become a thing of the past. The new regulation is outlined in a hunting guide, but there's concern that many people still don't know about it.
Marking your territory.
Our property line goes from here to there.
Will look a lot different this hunting season.
There's 3 feet up to 5'6", so I'll do purple about up to there.
Instead of no trespassing signs, purple paint. An indication that this is private property.
I'm kind of doing a double thing. It's like put the sign and then do the purple.
Beth Conway has lived on this 27-acre plot of land near Kendallville since the early 90s. She stumbled across the purple paint law when she was doing some research in preparation for hunting season. She was surprised to learn of the new law and found others were too.
As I've talked with many hunters and people who go out on ground, they don't seem to be aware that there's a new signal for them that this is to be a no-go zone.
Hunters like Ross Clark, who's been bow hunting for more than 60 years.
The only thing wrong is that it hasn't been publicized enough. Most of my friends have never heard of it.
He says while most seasoned hunters would not trespass, he thinks the new law could be a good tool to stop those who do.
Some people who are intent on trespassing might take down the sign, say they never saw it. Well, they can't take down the purple paint.
State Rep Stephen Bartell says too often landowners catch people on their property, but the no trespassing signs are missing, making it difficult for police to make an arrest.
One of the things about the law is people have to knowingly or intentionally trespass before they could actually be prosecuted. So what we saw is people would tear these signs down, or they're entering a place where there was not posted.
Bartell's proposed the purple paint law because purple is one color that can be seen by most people.
There are some people that are completely colorblind, and this would be a mark where they could see a contrast in blacks and whites.
He says ignorance of the law cannot be used as a defense for trespassers. And while there still may be a bit of a learning curve, he and others believe it's the best way to keep people safe.
It can save a lot of confusion and keep people safe, and just, so that nobody has any question about who's allowed to hunt when, at what time, and where the property lines are.
More than a dozen other states have adopted the same or similar laws. In Studio 15, Angelica Robinson, News Channel 15.
All right.